Have you ever answered a question that sounded harmless, even caring? Yet the moment you replied, something inside you dropped, like you had just walked into a trap you didn't see coming? The smile was soft, the tone gentle, but suddenly you were explaining yourself, apologizing, doubting your own memory, fighting yourself instead of the person in front of you. That's because the most dangerous liars don't lie with statements. They lie with questions. Questions designed not to seek truth, but to quietly reprogram your mind. The ancient Stoics warned us about this centuries ago. Seneca, Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius all understood one brutal reality. A manipulator rarely attacks directly. They plant small seeds of doubt and then step back, letting you dismantle your own confidence piece by piece. 2,000 years later, the tactic hasn't changed. It's only become more refined. In this video, you're going to learn the 5 most dangerous questions liars use to control, confuse, and dominate others, and more importantly, how a Stoic mind responds, calm, clear, and impossible to shake. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll know how to shut these games down instantly and ensure you're never controlled by another person again. The first question is one you've almost certainly heard. Why are you being so sensitive? It sounds like concern, but it's actually an accusation in disguise. What they're really saying is, you're weak. You're imagining things. The problem isn't my behavior. It's your perception. This single question is the opening shot of gaslighting, meant to strip you of your awareness, your greatest defense. Think back to a time you called out something that felt wrong, only to be laughed at, dismissed, or told you were overreacting. At work, in relationships, in families. That wasn't concern, it was a weapon. Manipulators understand what Seneca meant when he said we suffer more in imagination than reality. So they hijack your imagination, filling it with doubt until you start questioning your own instincts. But here's the truth they fear. Sensitivity is not weakness, it's awareness. The people who sense subtle shifts are the same people who spot fraud before the collapse, betrayal before the confession, danger before the damage. Awareness is an early warning system, not a flaw. And the Stoic response isn't anger or defense. Marcus Aurelius said that if shown the truth, he would gladly change, because truth, not ego, was his goal. So when someone asks why you're being so sensitive, you don't argue, you don't explain. You calmly say, I'm not being sensitive, I'm being observant. One sentence. And watch the mask slip. The second question sounds even softer. You trust me, right? But this isn't reassurance. It's a trap. Because trust that has to be demanded has already failed. Real trust is built through consistency, not pressured into existence. When someone asks this, what they're really saying is, stop thinking, stop questioning, hand me control. Epictetus warned that a man cannot learn if he believes he already knows. And liars exploit this by making curiosity feel like betrayal. They want you guilty for asking questions, ashamed for being cautious. But caution is not disloyalty, it's wisdom. The partner who won't show the truth, the business associate who won't open the books, the person who hides behavior but demands faith. They are not building trust, they are demanding blindness. And the Stoic response is calm detachment, not emotional reaction. You pause, you breathe, and you say, trust is built through consistency. Are you asking me to ignore my judgment? In that moment, the power shifts. A lie will deflect, attack, or retreat. A person of integrity won't feel threatened at all. And that distinction, that calm refusal to surrender your mind, is where true power begins. A person who is truly trustworthy never needs to demand belief. They simply demonstrate through their actions, again and again, until doubt has no place to stand. Trust is not a favor granted under pressure. It's a fortress built slowly, stone by stone, through time, truth, and consistency. And the Stoic never forgets that surrendering that fortress too quickly is the fastest way to lose your peace. Then comes the third question, one of the most deceptive of all. Are you accusing me of something? On the surface, it sounds defensive, even reasonable. But in reality, it's a calculated maneuver designed to flip the entire situation. You notice something doesn't add up. You raise concern. You ask a calm question. And suddenly, instead of answers, you're under attack. Now you're the aggressor. Now you're the villain. The spotlight is ripped away from their behavior and turned directly onto you. forcing you into defense mode. You rush to soften your words, to explain yourself, to backpedal with phrases like, "That's not what I meant." And in that moment, the power quietly leaves your hands. Marcus Aurelius understood this trap when he wrote that the best response to anger is silence, not because silence is weakness, but because it refuses to participate in manipulation. Think of it like a courtroom. If the guilty can make the judge apologize, the trial is already lost. That's exactly what this question is designed to do. So the Stoic does something unexpected. He doesn't rush. He doesn't explain. He holds a silence for a few seconds, maintains eye contact, and then calmly asks, "Should I be?" Just 3 words, yet they shift the pressure instantly back where it belongs. Liars expect panic. They never expect composure. A boss confronted about missing funds snaps, "Are you accusing me of stealing?" A partner questioned about secrecy fires back, "Are you accusing me of cheating?" In both cases, the strategy is identical. Turn your search for truth into an offense you must defend. But the Stoic understands that truth does not panic, and wisdom never apologizes for observation. Often, the very person who asks that question reveals more than they intend. Then comes question 4, softer in tone but far more dangerous. "Would I ever lie to you?" This is poison wrapped in velvet. It sounds wounded, almost hurt, as if your doubt itself is an injustice. But ask yourself this: why would someone need to ask that unless they sense you were getting close to something real? This isn't a question at all, it's theater. A performance meant to paint them as noble and you as cruel for even thinking otherwise. It's not about honesty, it's about guilt. Because if they can make you feel ashamed for questioning, you'll stop asking, silence your instincts, and hand them blind trust. The Stoics warn us that truth is never offended by scrutiny. Seneca said that if something is not true, do not say it. And if it is not right, do not do it. A person of integrity never needs to convince you they're incapable of lying. Their consistency speaks quietly for them over time. In real life, it's the partner hiding messages who asks, "Would I ever lie to you?" The colleague dodging accountability who insists, "Come on, would I really lie?" And the more dramatic the appeal to innocence, the more carefully you should observe what's being avoided. The Stoic response is calm clarity. When someone asks, "Would I ever lie to you?" you pause, let the silence breathe, and then say, "That's not the question. The question is whether I'd know if you did." In that moment, the fog lifts, because liars thrive in darkness, not light, and honest people never fear being seen clearly. And finally comes the last question, the one used when all other tactics fail. Can we just move on? It sounds like peace. It sounds like closure. But look closer, because this is not about healing. It's about escape, that it's not about resolution. It's about escape. When someone says, "Can't we just move on?" what they're really saying is, "I don't want accountability. I don't want to face the truth. I just need you too tired to keep asking." That's how most lies survive. Not because the liar is smarter than the truth, but because the person seeking truth eventually grows exhausted and gives up. The Stoics understood this perfectly. Marcus Aurelius wrote that if something is not right, do not do it. And if it is not true, do not say it. And notice how he never added, unless it's inconvenient. For a Stoic, truth has no expiration date. It doesn't disappear just because someone wants to move forward. Look at real life. A company caught in scandal urges everyone to stop dwelling on the past and focus on the future. A partner exposed in betrayal asks why you keep bringing it up and insists it's time to move on. But in both cases, the request isn't for healing, it's for silence. It's an attempt to bury what still festers in the dark. The Stoic doesn't respond with rage or endless debate. He responds with calm resolve. When asked to move on, he simply says, "I'll move on when I understand what happened, not before." That one sentence anchors him in truth and makes it clear he cannot be rushed, because his peace is built on clarity, not fatigue. Liars hate this because their power depends on wearing you down, and the moment you refuse to surrender your awareness, their game collapses. Stoic thinking exists for this exact battlefield, because manipulators don't rely on facts or logic, they rely on emotion. They use guilt to make you question yourself, shame to make you doubt your instincts, and exhaustion to make you stop asking altogether. Epictetus taught that some things are within our control and some are not, And this single distinction is the foundation of freedom. Their feelings are not your responsibility. Your awareness is not a flaw. Time has no authority over truth. The Stoic does not react to the manipulator's pace. He observes, breathes, and responds with precision, like holding reason steady in the middle of chaos. Imagine standing in a storm where everything around you is loud and violent. Yet inside you remain still. That is a Stoic state of mind. Calm when others lose control. Clear when others are blinded. Because the one thing manipulators never expect is a removal of your reaction. Take that away and their weapon shatters. Silence becomes strength. Observation becomes power. Detachment becomes freedom. You now understand the 5 questions liars use to manipulate. Each one a calculated move, each one a trap, but you are no longer a pawn. You are the player. The Stoic doesn't shout or beg. He simply sees clearly and allows deception to expose itself. Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius all knew the same truth. The person who sees clearly is dangerous, not because he seeks conflict, but because he cannot be controlled. You are not cruel for having standards. You are not harsh for seeking truth. You are not weak for noticing deception. You are awake in a world full of shadows. The awake are feared. Choose clarity. Choose reason. Walk forward calm, observant, and unshakable.